Who knew the best thing I would ever purchase was this little $12 little tiny microphone? Got it from Mixo. And this is a really awful setup. I'm so sorry. It's because my laptop's just there. No, I'm not going to turn the fan off for you. I'm sorry. It's too hot. It's far too hot. I just want to talk about, I don't know, life, groceries. I'm not joking. I want to talk about groceries. Why are they so expensive? Why is a bag of nuts like this big $14? The bag of nuts was more expensive than the meat. It was the most expensive thing I bought. Why was it $14? Yes, I still bought it. This is gonna last me a while. I hope I'm gonna make it last me a while. But I'm really not impressed. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And no, okay, the real thing I want to talk about is why are medical expenses so high? And I feel like they're literally never ending. I've spent $600 Australian dollars on medical stuff, just doctor's appointments and things like that this month. I've spent so much money this month. It's January. That's just this month. And I have a $300 consultation for my wisdom teeth coming up to get my wisdom teeth removed because I have to get them removed. And then how much is it going to be for me to remove my wisdom teeth? $4,500 because I only have 3 wisdom teeth, so I am lucky in that sense because I only have 3. I think it's something like $600 per tooth, and then a lot to go under for general anesthetic. I cannot go in the chair. I ain't going in the chair. I'm going under. I'm going under general, guys. I am not strong enough to have them yanked out of me. No. And my dentist said, go in the chair. You cannot do that. And I'm like, okay. And genuinely, all of these, sorry, my hair's, I'm actually not sorry about my hair doing that. That's awesome. That's the most awesome thing I've ever done. This is gonna be my greatest achievement. Whenever I get asked what my greatest achievement is, I'm gonna show them this video of my hair doing that right now. Oh, I lost my train of thought. That's really annoying. Hold on. Okay, I feel like all of these medical professionals are just telling me to get more and more things done, and get more and more scans and x-rays and checkups and medicines. And it's so much money. How much money do you think I have? I don't know, guys. It's too much. Just for little things. But they're not little, they're big things, but it's no, not even just, no, I probably spent more than that, right? Because my doctor said I need to get loop earplugs, which I got. They're $60 for loop earplugs. And she said I need to get those ones. And I'm like, okay. And I did, and they're $60 because I've got hearing damage from all the concerts I've been to. I literally 5 minutes ago just bought another concert ticket, and it is not in my budget. I'm complaining about spending $600 on medical expenses. Meanwhile, I just spent $250 on a concert ticket, a festival, actually. Very excited to go to that. I'm very excited to go to that. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna be dead, but I just can't wait to I'm just so excited for that. I'm also gonna go for a run tonight. I've decided before the sun sets. It'll set in literally 10 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap this up really quick. But I just wanted to talk about how expensive life is, and I know no one shuts up about that, and it's the main thing anyone talks about, but it's true. It's crazy. I will say I'm really good at groceries. I'm really, really good at groceries. Do you know how I'm good at groceries? I look at everything. I'll have a thing I want to buy. I look at it online, see the cheapest thing of the thing that I want to buy, see what's on special, and then I go to the store. I see if it's on special. I look at the other things around it to see if they're I bought a jar of pickles, and I bought the $2.90 jar over the $3 jar, and I looked for that $2.90 jar. I knew it was there, and I got it. That's why my groceries are so cheap, is because I will spend as little as possible on food that's still good quality. This is the thing, people. You can get cheap food that's still good quality and healthy. Like, genuinely, there are two different Greek yogurts, right? One of them is $8. The other one is $3.50. I looked on the back of them. The ingredients are literally identical. In fact, the cheaper one had more protein in it and less calories and less carbs. Actually, I think it had more calories but less carbs. And the only reason it had more calories, no, hold on, no, okay, it had about the same amount of calories and less carbs and more protein and about the same amount of fat in it, and which is good. It's like healthy fat, but I think less saturated fat in that Greek yogurt. And I was like, dude, why are we buying expensive things? You're buying the marketing. Genuinely, if you think that the more expensive thing is inherently better quality, no, it's not. Like, maybe sometimes it is, but most of the time you're paying for marketing. You're paying for a pretty package and good advertising. That's what you're paying for. Genuinely, like, go to Aldi also, or if you're in Europe, go to Lidl. Everyone in Europe loves Lidl and Aldi. We don't have Lidl over here, but like, I love Aldi. Aldi has great stuff. I got like really cheap ham and really cheap like those like meat sticks. They called like snacks sticks, like hello, it actually starts with an S, not an S. SNAX, no, STIX, I don't know, snacks. Those, I got really good like little snacks at Aldi that were just like full of protein and good stuff, and there was like no sugar in them or carbs or anything, and I was like, oh, awesome, quick, easy, cheap protein snack. And then I also got cheap protein rich muesli bars the other week at Aldi, whereas all the muesli bars at Coles and Woolies are like $50. No, they're like $5 plus, $5 if you're lucky, usually like $7 or more, which is just crazy for muesli bars. Like, and only like 5 of them. Like, what world are we living in? Like, oh my god. Also, potatoes have so much potassium in them, and they're cheap and they're healthy. Potatoes are good for you, but they're marketed as unhealthy because they're so much cheaper than bananas. Why are bananas marketed? Because of their potassium. But guess what? Potatoes have potassium in them, like just as much, I think, and they have antioxidants in them and stuff. Just you can get your potassium from potatoes. Bananas are still just like carbs and probably more sugar in them than potatoes, but they're marketed as healthy, whereas potatoes are marketed as like carby and unhealthy and, you know, starchy and stuff. And it's like, well, that's like a lot of fruits as well. I think apples are good. Apples have a lot of antioxidants, but I reckon, like, I don't know, I was gonna say like eat berries, but berries are so expensive. If anything, eat frozen berries. Also get like frozen food is fresh because it's been picked straight off the vine and then frozen, whereas a lot of produce, like fresh produce is picked before it's ready to come off the vine, so then it like ripens outside of like as it's off the vine, like for travel time and stuff. So frozen food is actually fresher and is more dense in nutrients, especially like berries and stuff, more nutrient dense. So get frozen. I had the most amazing frozen Mediterranean vegetables just in the pack for $7 for 600 grams of vegetables. I think that's pretty good for a really good mix of vegetables with like zucchini and tomatoes and potatoes and all these beautiful vegetables, and it was beautifully seasoned, genuinely so delicious. All I did was like chuck it in the oven for some time. I think I did it for like 40 minutes on 220 because it was in with like some lamb, which I did mess up, but the lamb was like $10. I was like, that's a bit of a steal. That's a bit of a, I'll have that. That's a little bit of an, I'll be having that. Thank you. So yeah, groceries are, life is expensive, but I'm good at groceries. I spend not much money on groceries, and I think I get a good amount out of it. I get a good amount. I'm never hungry. Like, I'm hungry, but then I have something to eat, and it will stretch. One thing was that I bought a loaf of bread, and because I don't eat much bread, it just went moldy. Literally, as soon as I hit halfway, it was moldy, and I was like, well, damn. So now I'm keeping it in the fridge, as I should have been, because it's bloody summer. You don't keep bread out of the fridge if it's summer. Why did I start doing that? That's all that I've been taught to do do my whole life growing up is when it's summer, you put bread in the fridge, and it doesn't do anything. It's good when it's in the fridge. And so I had my bread in the fridge, and that was good. And yeah. So yeah. Anyways, it's non-verbal time. I'm gonna go for a run. Okay, bye. Thanks for listening to me talk about life and groceries and money. I have no money, but I will soon, so it's good.